Okay, this is another little video about Linux that I'm using. I just things that are affecting me. Now, first of all, I tried downloading different picture editing stuff. Crap. And then I found there's actually 3 separate ones built in to Linux Mint. One is called Clip, or Clip Art, or Clipboard. Type in Clip in your search menu and it'll come up. And it's brilliant if all you want to do is just basic picture editing. And it's free. No, you don't need the internet. Now, this video is about the Task Manager equivalent on. It's awkward to use on Windows because they don't like you using it. They restrict you from taking pictures of it or screen recording it. And you can only access certain things and they automatically turn back on. There's always thousands of background processes in Windows. Thousands. And there's over 100 that come on automatically when you start the computer. And then a few hundred more will start that you can turn off, but will restart the computer to turn them back on. Now, the equivalent on Linux is called Monitor. So you go to your start menu, you type in Monitor, and you get your options come up. Top one here is called System Monitor. So you just type in your search bar, Monitor, M-O-N-I-T-O-R, and you click on System Monitor. And there you go. It's a very, very clean, clear, simple thing. And it's not just listing your background processes, it's also listing system processes. These are system, and there's not that many. There's not that many. And these like web content, that's because I've got several things open as well. I've got a video downloader, media player, Firefox, and you can list it by the usual things: how much processing power, how much memory is being used, how much disk space. You actually get more options here than you do on the Windows. Plus, you can see your file systems, how much is being used, and of course, you get a nice visual representation of your actual resources being used right now. For example, my internet is doing not much because all it's doing is watching a video I uploaded. That's all it's doing right now. I'm just doing a watch through of the video I just uploaded. So my network is receiving. It's not sending any. Oh look, 85 bytes, 0 bytes. It's sending practically nothing. It's receiving practically nothing. Unlike Windows, Windows won't tell you this because they don't want you to know that they are constantly uploading your information. This one isn't doing it. It's saying how much I sent since I got the computer started, 60 gig. So I've uploaded a fair bit and I've downloaded 34. So it is telling me information. Windows won't do that. Windows will not tell you how much you've uploaded and how much you've downloaded. It'll give you a total, but it won't tell you specifically because they don't want you to know that they're constantly out-raping your details. Memory usage, constantly being monitored, memory on swap, CPU. This is really, really brilliant, and that's what I need. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to see. That is just what I wanted. I was not going to download one to make it look. You don't need to. It is built into the machine. A really nice, simple system monitor. It's called Monitor. Easy enough to find. And it's better than Windows Task Manager because you can turn stuff off if you want to. Generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking, if you turn off a background process or a foreground process and it does bugger up your system, restart the machine, and 99% of the time it will just turn itself back on. So you've got things like you can list it by priority, things like that. If you're not sure what something does, like wire plumber, no idea what that does, but it's got a very high priority, all I've got to do is do a search on the internet and it'll tell me. Unlike Windows, where if it's one of their dodgy background processes, they won't tell you. So yeah, that is your background processor. CSD background, I'm assuming that's my picture on the background, is using so much space on the computer. So it's nice to actually see these things. Clipboards running in the background, CSD colors running in the background, CSD housekeeping running in the background, but they're not using very much. Yeah, so that is your Linux equivalent of a Windows Task Manager. And I'm quite happy with that. It's one of these things that they don't tell you about because they always assume, for some reason, that if you're getting a Linux, you've already had it. It's like going to prison. You go to prison and you think you've already been in prison before. Whereas with this, it's just little things that might help somebody else wanting to transition to a Linux from Windows, and it's brilliant. I don't know about the other Linux systems, but the one that I've got is Linux Mint Cinnamon, and it's no real difference to Windows. It's better in so many ways. I have downloaded the game. It was quite ironic. It's called Zero AD, and it's basically an old Windows game that it's like, you move into a territory, you settle and steal their resources, their land. You're basically being Jewish. You move into the territory, you steal their resources and lands, you build your community, your civilization, and I think it's based on Civilization or Age of Empires. And then you have to like evolve into a higher evolution, like through the ages kind of thing. And I've gone through some of the tutorials and it works fine. And there's no issues at all because it's based on a 20-odd-year-old game. It's open source, it's been modified. So the spec I've got on my computer, which is quite low spec compared to a gaming PC, but it's more than enough to run a 20-year-old game, which is what I want. So yeah, that's Task Manager. And that is Geiger artwork. I've had a look and I still can't count how many pairs of tits are in it, and it's a lot.